100 people waiting on a Friday night stream. How many of you were sat there as you've done it already? How many? Be honest. How many of you? Welcome back to the channel, you wonderful and beautiful people. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine Friday evening for another episode of 40k After Dark. Now, we have done a bunch of streams recently about things like Old World and stuff like that, and things like the state of 40k and things like metal, and I feel like it's been a bit negative in places. It's kind of felt a bit heavy. I've also had a really shit day, and Luce and we think that there might be some kind of bug. I don't know. I felt really and down, and I even had a nap this afternoon, like 2-hour nap this afternoon, right? So tonight, it's just about having a laugh, okay? If you're here for in-depth and detailed 40k discussion, you're probably going to be very surprised. Probably not the stream for you. If you're here to dick around, have a laugh, drink some drinks, and chill out on a Friday with a streamer who thinks he can do this for a living, then yeah, this is the stream for you. Thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit all those magical YouTube buttons for us. It's been an odd one today. I felt incredibly cold this morning. I had to get up early to take the car for an MOT, which it passed with a single minor advisory, thank fuck. Didn't really want to deal with that expense if it had had a problem with it. And then I just couldn't get warm, and I ended up shutting all the windows and putting all the heating on and put a jumper on and put a hoodie on and sat here shivering. That was then very quickly followed by me then being too hot and sweating and being a bit of a mess, which was then quickly followed by me being cold again. Oh, it's been awful. Absolutely awful. So I've had a nap. I have mead. We're going to drink mead. And if it doesn't work, then I'll be asleep anyway, and it will help me sleep. And if it does work, great. That's what we're going to do, though. So tonight's stream topic for you beautiful people, a question I've been pondering for a couple of weeks right now. Stick it out, shave it off. My Eldar problem. I made a promise to you people about a month and a half, 2 months ago, I reckon it was, on stream, that if I strayed away from painting and building elves, then I would shave the face. Very comfortable and confident at that point that that wasn't going to change. But the more I play Eldar, the more it's just a bit of a shit experience for a number of reasons. Predominantly because it's my most favourite faction in the world, and no one enjoys watching it right now. And moreover, the people I'm playing with don't really enjoy playing against it either. So it's just not really... I don't know why I'd bother working on a fucking army for this at the moment, you know? Because no one wants to watch it. No one wants to play against it. It just sucks to play Eldar right now. AOS elves are allowable. I don't think that's how it works. I'd like for that to be how it works, but I don't think that's how it works. So I'm very lucky that I can grow a face of fur like this very, very quickly. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I might just go, tough, deal with it for a couple of weeks, and then I can paint something different. So I'm asking you, what do I do? What do I do right now? Cheers anyway. Thank you so much, Joseph Spencer, for 5 gifted. You're a hero. Mordy Hammer for 5 more. You're a hero. Neil Woodall, thank you for 5 more. You're a hero. You bunch of legends. 15 off the bat of anti-shavers. Thank you so much. Oh, Nordos for the 1 as well. Just I was about to update it. Thank you, Nordos. You're a legend. That's a toughie, says Local Matt. It is a toughie. The army isn't for the stream. It's for you to have an army. Rules will change. Your sense of fuck yeah, that's mine will remain. I get that, Nick. If you're not enjoying it, stop doing it. But then I have to shave off the moustache and just get 1,000 points back. That's a great idea. I would have always sucked to play against. That's not true, is it? Ugh. At the end of the day, it's totally your choice. No, but the thing is, right, chat, here's the thing. Here's the dilemma that I'm having right now. I made a promise. So a few people have been like, just paint something different and don't shave it off. No. I made a promise. Maybe a harsh trim and you have to stick to some other commitments. I think I have to just suck it up and paint the Wraith Guard. I think that's what I'm going to end up being. I think that's what I'm going to end up doing. But do what you want. Once it's primed, is it not painted? No, but I said, no, the thing is, right, here's the thing, is I said specifically that it needed to be an army, needed to be able to play on the tabletop. You could argue, spray it, paint 2 shoulder pads, paint it in, it's battle ready. I wouldn't want to ever put that on the channel, though, and put it on the channel for you people to see. So then I specifically stated, because I know how my brain works with get out of jail free clauses, I specifically stated that it has to be playable on the channel, okay? Share that bit and go to watch Valrak. Valrak, do you want to be responsible for that? What's Lou say about the shaving? I don't think she gives a shit. She'll be here in a minute. Stick it out until at least data slate. If Eldar are still a problem after that, then let rip. I was very much enjoying some of the wonderful comments you people were putting in chat before we went live as well, was just by looking at the thumbnail. I saw you could do a 500 points list as that's playable combat patrol. So you'd, nah, it needs to be 2,000. Come on, chat. Stop giving me get out of jail free today. I don't want to get out of jail free. It's one or the other. I agree. Wait for the data slate. Well, I assume it's this month. How's the rest of your hobby going right now? Tomorrow is pre-order day for Old World. Element put a thing on their website. I would normally be like, ! Element, save the bookmark, the link, blah, blah, blah. But Element put a thing on their website saying that they are incredibly disappointed with their allocation.
Stick to it. Make a list of what you have available and make a community poll of what your army should be. Make fun lists. I vote stick to your word and finish painting them all.
Hey Mandy, not bullying me tonight then. Thank you so much for the 10, you hero. I think you're probably right. I think I'm going to stick to it. Thanks for the 10, Mandy, you're a legend. Charity Beard Shave stream, while paint what you want. Thanks, Kaz for 2. I mean, if it ever came off, I'd have to do it on stream for you people, right? But right, I've missed the context. Pre-order of the... Yeah, anyway, so Old World goes on pre-order tomorrow morning. Element have said they're incredibly disappointed with the allocation they've been given. So little, in fact, that they won't be selling it online. They're only selling it in store. What? Battle Report was cool. All head full of the team. Oh, for the mini wargaming one, the exclusive that they got. I very much dislike it. Just like I hate even 40k people who hate on people playing the army they love and want to play. Tough. It's their army. Deal with it. I mean, I'm with you 100%, but I also kind of get it right now with Eldar. To be honest with you, now I am with you, and I've had it before where I played Eldar, and they weren't quite so. Well, they were probably just as broken, but you were able to take a much more toned down version. I was taking the much more toned down version, and people were just getting pissy when they walk to the tabletop and realize they're playing against Eldar. It crushes you. You're like, it's my favorite faction. I have them tattooed on my leg, for Christ's sake. It's my favorite faction by a long way. But I'm just kind of like, I don't. Here's a part of the problem, right? Hang on. I built this model in like August time. It was before we had the new studio. This is quite a long time ago. I built this thing and I found it the other day. I've been clearing out the office, clearing out the old studio steel, and I found this. I don't know if you can see what this is. This is an AOS. I don't even know what she is. I'll tell you what she is. Cool as fuck. That's what she is. And I found this and I started looking at this and I was like,
never give up. Never surrender. Samwise loves his elves.
Degs is absolutely convinced, by the way, chat. Degs, by the way, thank you so much for the huge donate. Legend. Degs is absolutely convinced that when I shave, I look like Samwise. So I found this, right? She is an absolute stunning model. Absolute gorgeous, stunning model. And I was just kind of like, I don't really want to do... I know it's Sylvaneth. Thanks, Mandy. I know what faction it is. I just don't know what she's from. Lady, or what she's called. Lady of the Vines. Is that her name? Lady of the Vines. Okay, 2 people said Lady of the Vines, so that's probably her name. And I was looking at this model in detail, and I was like, I just want to do Age of Sigmar models in the near future for my hobby, because they're fucking sexy and they're cool. And so I found her. I was like, can I just do Sylvaneth for a bit? Is that something I can do? I might. I might put all of tonight's stream revenue, both gifted memberships and super chats, into a Sylvaneth army for the future, which will be the first army I paint after the Eldar. That seems like a fair deal for me. Is it a fair deal? It might be a fair deal. I fucking love the Sylvaneth model range though. It's so cool. And I wonder if I can use some of them. I wonder if some of them will be usable in New Wood Elves for Old World as well, because they used to have a couple of big like treemen and stuff in Old World, didn't they, in Fantasy? So I wonder if some of those will be usable too. Huh. To be fair, new year, new you. Make 2024 a grow a new beard year. I mean, I could. Prep for 4th Ed AOS. Samwise was attractive though. Thanks, Grumpage, you legend. No one cares about AOS. I do. It's all knife ear bullshit. It's a stick monkey. Don't be horrible about my knife ears, alright? I'm just an elf fan. Palette cleanser. No, but I'm painting Idoneth Deepkin army right now. What's the hardest army? It's the hardest army I've ever painted because the colour variations. Idoneth Deepkin are absolutely gorgeous though, aren't they? You reckon this could be an Incarn? Do you reckon she could be an Incarn? She's on a different base though, isn't she, for AOS? And then I could use the big Tree Lord as an avatar. Is that a get out of jail free card there? Try alternating between Eldar and Sylvaneth to keep it fresh. Are you back? Not quite. She's picked up a bowl and walked out again. Death is literally an old world character. Is he? I didn't play Wood Elves back in Fantasy. I didn't know them very well. I kind of got into Fantasy quite late. Very, very tail end of 7th edition, where I bought a High Elf army, which was then broken in 8th edition, and I then bought a Empire.
I shaved my beard once. The dog barked at me thinking an intruder had snuck into the house. Do you want to do that to your dog? I don't think so. How do cows get from place to place? They move.
She didn't do it properly, did she, Neil? They move is what she was supposed to say. Thank you so much for the 10. Do I want to do that to the dog? No, not really. No. Eldar for 40k, tree pull for AOS seems like a fair deal. Proxy them. Gargoyle says, yep. Mandy says, no. Samway showed me his ring once, did he? I'm sure he did. Only most of the people at my local club plays. Only most of the people at my local club play AOS. It's not enough for people to care about it.
I was just over on Titan's stream and they all seem confident Dr. Mel will finish her Jungle Wolves before you finished your Eldari. Be spurred on by the challenge.
I can be spurred on by the challenge, Mr. Southampton, but she's probably right. To be fair. She's probably right. Exilite Eldar. I wish there was a proper Exilite Eldar range, actually, to be fair. There will be a Twitch stream on Sunday. I was supposed to do it today, but because I've been feeling like dog shit all day, and I had my nap, I didn't actually do it, but I will have time to do it on Sunday before I travel up to Nottingham. And I was going to do this thing, Light My Bricks, which is for Rivendell behind me. What I actually might do is I might get the sand and the PVA out, and you might watch me PVAing bases for 3 hours whilst I glue sand to Wraith Knights and Wraithguard. I've got 5 more Wraithguard to build, and if I'm honest with you, I'm holding off of building them simply because the balanced data state is coming out in January, and it's probably going to be pointless. I reckon there's going to be a point change, so I'm kind of holding off right now, actually putting them together on the off chance they fuck me. So it might be that actually I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna sand them, I'm gonna spray them, I'm gonna contrast the shit out of them, and fuck you all. We're done then, right? I've turned you on. I mean, I've unmuted your mic is the better way to put that, because someone will clip that otherwise. You're right.
No, I'm really cross.
Why?
Because Ben's on Beat Jewel again.
Oh, on his iPad.
So he has no iPad time tomorrow, and then I've just gone into the filters to reset his iPad, and every time you search the game again, it resets the filters, so it allows it through.
Oh. I don't know how to stop it. Actually, I do know how to stop him from downloading it.
Take the iPad away.
Well, there's that as well, but I know how to actually stop him from doing it. We just have to clear his password keychain. Because what he's done is he's saved his iCloud password to the password keychain. So now, when he needs to download a game again, it doesn't ask him for his password, it just presses password and it auto-populates. He's a clever little fuck for a 6-year-old.
I'm half mad at him because he's worked out the iPad which,
Yeah.
you know, we've all been kids and worked out technology before our parents have. But then I'm half mad at the game developers that they'll do things like they'll put Mickey Mouse on it. So he's clicking on it going, Mickey Mouse. And then he'll play the game and Mickey Mouse's eyes
For
look
reference,
like he
chat.
takes heroin. And
Yeah, for reference, Beat Duel is an iPad game designed for children, which is essentially like Guitar Hero, right? So arrows come down the screen and he has to press arrows, right? Lucy's mic is very quiet. She's just talking very quietly and she's a bit far away from it. Her volume's normal. There's no change there. And then they use characters from Disney to sell it to children. And if you lose on Beat Duel, Mickey Mouse ends up with a knife in his head and blood pouring down his face.
Yeah.
And there's
Fucked up.
references to needles and drug use in it as well.
And then there was one.
What's this world like?
Yeah, there was one, and I was sat next to him watching him play because he was really quick at it, and I was like, Jesus Christ, when Dance Mat came out, I wasn't this quick. And then there was a monologue on it, and it mentioned suicide. I nearly spat my tea out, and I said, can I read that? Can Mummy read that? And he was really protective over it, and I thought, that's unusual, because when Mickey Mouse Clubhouse is on, you'll happily walk away from that.
Yeah. Have you spoken to him?
Yeah, he's not having an iPad tomorrow. So he's cried at me with his big blue eyes and said, you can't do that. Yes, I can.
Challenge accepted, kiddo.
Yeah.
Oh, poor little bastard. The thing is, because these games offer those like turbo dopamine hits, he can't help himself because he's 6.
Well,
He
he
doesn't
had-
really have self-control.
We had an agreement. All he had to do was not download it again. And we said, we'll swap you for Guitar Hero. It's pretty much the game you're playing, and it's one of the originals. It just doesn't have arrows on it. It's still got the colours. You still get your levels. It's
Yeah.
pretty much Guitar Hero. Then he liked it, walked out the room, and it was on his iPad for a couple of days. And we thought, oh, good, we've swapped out like for like. No, he deletes Guitar Hero, and then because he's already had our password, because we saw Mickey Mouse,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
looked really friendly,
I think I can stop him from
it's just
downloading
up on the
it.
cloud now, so he's just bringing it back down from
I'll
the cloud
remove
every
the
time.
iTunes password from his keychain so he can't auto-download games again, and that should solve it temporarily at least. It's amazing. There was Malcolm, who's the head of Models for Heroes, !M4H. He's the guy who founded it and kind of is the chief, the CEO, I guess. He's the guy who runs it. He put a comment on Facebook earlier, because we're friends on Facebook. I'm an ambassador for Models. I don't know if I told you, but I'm an ambassador for Models for Heroes.
Okay.
He put a comment on Facebook and he said, getting a lot of pressure from my 9-year-old right now to let him or her, I can't remember, play Roblox. Any parents got any experience? And I was like, don't. Just
Yeah.
don't. And there's a bunch of parents that have commented on this thing already. Roblox is another game that exists, which is kind of like, how would you describe it actually? It's like a shit Minecraft kind of.
It's
like a sandbox to build.
Yeah, it's like a Minecraft where there's no real criteria to meet to keep out bad guys.
Yeah, it's even with parental controls pretty tight. It's full of fucking weirdos and cyberbullies. It's full of the sort of people that aren't allowed within 50 feet of a school. It is terrifying.
We're really lucky that James came to his own conclusion to delete it.
But yet again, a game marketed at children.
Yeah. And I said to him, I will warn you, because he had it when he was like 7, and he had my lappy toppy, and I was putting laundry away so I could see over his shoulder, and it looked like there was about to be some kind of grooming on, so I ripped the laptop off him, took over, shut everything down, and I was like, right, that's it. No, you're not having it now. I'm taking it off you. No one's done anything wrong, but you're not having it. And he's waited 3 years, and he put forward a really intelligent argument about how, Mum, I'm already on the internet. Bad guys can already get to me, and it hasn't happened. I'm safe in my room. Nobody's going to come in here. It's fine. So I sat him down and I said, okay, the fact is there are bad guys on the internet.
Many of them.
And they will do whatever it takes to get what they want. It might not even happen to you. You might be one of the lucky few that never comes across one of these bad guys. So then we had to talk about online grooming and internet safety and paedophilia, for fuck's sake. And then it took a week for him to go, yeah, do you know what?
Because it's toxic.
Rancid on
It's
there.
fucking rancid. So I was like, I said to Malcolm, I said, just don't. Just have the argument with your kids.
He didn't. I don't think he had a bad guy, but it was just other kids being really awful to
Yeah,
each other.
cyberbullying.
It's crazy.
Well, that's what I said to Malcolm. I said it's a wash with the kinds of people that are allowed in this school, and absolutely plagued with what is essentially cyberbullies.
But it's the most extreme version of bullying.
Could be worse. He could be one of those into one of the Chaos Armies. My cousin's kid asked me to fix his computer. I walked upstairs in his room and saw his computer. His Roblox character was Andrew Tate, and he had an Andrew Tate background. My jaw dropped. It's amazing, isn't it? But these kids don't know. Like, this is the problem. This is where I have so much anger about it myself personally. Slightly off topic this, by the way. This is why I have so much anger about it, is because what these companies do is they skin it in a way that makes it incredibly attractive to children. Talk about this beat jewel thing. It's Mickey Mouse, right? Yeah. What is Mickey Mouse most famous for? Not really being adult entertainment, typically for children. So it's skinned for children, it's aimed for children. And what they also do is they target dopamine hits to make kids want to do it again and again and again and go back in and go back in and go back in. And they'll plow them with what they also do these things typically is plow them full of adverts and stuff like that as well. It's awful. It's awful. And then you see it and you're like, that is not something that a 6, 7, 8, 9, even 10-year-old's mind should be exposed to. Our eldest is pretty good actually. He's a lot more understanding of good and bad and right and wrong. Our 6-year-old, who's as lovely as he is still incredibly innocent in the world and looks at everything happy and will happily walk up to any stranger and say hello. It's not good for kids like him. It's terrible.
But then and I don't even mind being the bad guy, because that's the gig, isn't it? You're not a best friend, you're a parent. So I don't even mind being the bad guy. But when you always have to be the bad guy, we were in the car weeks ago, and you know the song I Would Walk 500 Miles?
Yeah.
Jim Jam was listening to someone who auto-tuned and made their own lyrics to it, and we were chatting about what we're going to do with my dad when we get there, but I have one ear on that song ready to snatch the iPad away and go, what the fuck are you watching? You can't have a second off.
It's bad, isn't it? Yeah.
And you're just
accessible.
constantly exhausted.
And this is
it's like you're big brothering your children the whole time.
This is whilst, to be fair, chat as well. So both of the kids have an iPad. We use it for their schoolwork and their home ed work, and they also use it for entertainment purposes. And one of the reasons, there's a couple of reasons why we have iPads. First of all, we've just told you, right? Good for entertainment, lots of apps, can watch TV, can watch things like Netflix, etc. Secondly, good for home ed work. They can get on the internet, they can search, they can research, we can give them things to read, we can give them videos to watch. Good for those two things. Thirdly, Apple's parental controls are actually pretty good on the whole, right? I have a parental control section on my phone, and I can go in there and I can set their age, and it limits what websites they can look at, it limits what apps they'll be put in front of them, what apps they can play, like it limits loads of stuff. We've got that on.
And it slips through. And
that shit still gets through.
Because the monologue where he mentioned suicide, they misspelt suicide, and then the monologue, a weird like auto-tune sound happened that sounded very close to the word suicide.
It's fucking awful.
The lengths they'll go through, so it does slip through the net.
Yeah. Fuzzy Sean, thank you for the gifted membership. You're an absolute legend. Up to 17 people who are in the Anti-Shavers Club. Someone said in the chat before we even went live, after seeing the thumbnail,
finally got off work early to catch a live stream. Long time fan, first time comment. I remember one of the first times I saw you on YouTube was on Visicast wearing a tutu.
No, me.
Smiley face. Good times, much love from Kodiak, Alaska.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me. Definitely wasn't me. Thank you so much for the $20 donate, Cold 45 White Hero. First time commenter, what a legend. You could have just not brought up the tutu though. That would have been nice. All right, thank you so much, you hero. And thank you so much, Fuzzy Sean, for the gifted member. We have 17 people. Someone in the comments who's at the start was saying, saw the picture of my shaven face on Remembrance Sunday and said something along the lines of, well done, Luce, for seeing past that. I was like, fucking cheek of it.
It was
we met when I was in the forces when we met, and it was 2008. I joined in 2005, so 3 years in. So I did another like 7 years, 6-7 years in the army was when Luce and I met. And you have to be clean shaven. I was clean shaven for a decade with her before I started to grow the face fuzz. So she knew me like this. This is different to how we met. Thank you, chat.
I still like the memory of me calling Dad and saying, I'm engaged. And he went, oh, well done.
You trapped him.
Oh, didn't have a dowry, but well done.
I'd have taken a dowry, quite frankly. If I'd have known, I'd have taken a dowry. I needed some kind of payment. Happy Tree Friends is bad for getting past the parental controls. looks like it's fun for kids until you're more than 2 minutes into an episode. I don't want to know. It's the world's terrifying. We've said this before. We've said this a few times actually as parents, and I wonder how many people out there who are parents who agree with this. I adore the kids. I wouldn't have it any other way. I wouldn't be without them. I love them incredibly. If I'd have known the world they were going to walk into, the world they were going to inherit, I probably would have been neutered before we had children. Honestly, it's nothing to do with the kids or how easy or hard they make life. It's the world they're walking into. That's what it is. That's what terrifies me the most.
Yeah.
As a parent, actually.
So now Ben's upstairs crying, and I'm not falling for it because he has everything he needs. I'm not falling for it.
Oh, he's got plenty to do, absolutely.
But I do feel sad for him that in his mind it's just Mickey Mouse.
Yeah,
I don't understand.
He's done nothing wrong as far as he's aware.
Yeah. But even James was great the other day actually because the original download of the game that he's not having, they've rebranded themselves, which is how it's popped up again on Ben's suggested games, and it already had the cloud, so he thinks it's okay. James came in and said, can you just have a look at Ben's iPad, because when he loses a game his character gets a knife in his head. And I went, what?
That's the same as what we deleted before.
No, it was Mickey Mouse that got a knife in his head. Now it's the character Mickey Mouse is now in the background, so he's still recognised.
No. Okay, yeah, all right.
Mickey Mouse, but now his character gets a knife in the head. How is that marketed for 5 years and under?
It's mad, isn't it? My 4-year-old dropped the F-bomb after a video I thought looked innocent, slipped it in the form of Donald Duck saying, "What the fuck?" Continued to say it at least 10 times in the car ride home.
Yeah.
We also grew up with Ren and Stimpy and also Beavis and Butthead. I didn't actually ever watch those cartoons, to be honest with you, Will, so...
My son found a new Mickey cartoon. It went through Steamboat Mickey, and my son loved it. Have you ever seen Steamboat Willie?
No.
Have you ever seen any of the very first Mickey Mouse cartoons?
I mean, I've seen clips, but I haven't actually watched the full cartoon, no.
When we did our Mickey Mouse topic, Walt Disney had a bunch of letters written to him by mums and housewives and caregivers and stuff, saying that they can't believe such a cartoon has been allowed in front of children, and that's why the rest of the Mickey gang were invented, so that Mickey Mouse can only ever be good. Donald Duck has a temper.
He does. He's a Larry Duck, isn't he?
If you watch the Donald Duck cartoons, that poor guy is just bad luck everywhere
I'd be really pissed off if I had to constantly walk around with no pants on.
I feel really
He's
sad
only
for
ever
Donald
got
Duck.
he's only ever got a t-shirt on. You know this.
But Donald Duck is the bad temper. Goofy is the... Well, there you go. He's the goofy one. And there's another one. But it's all sides of a personality that a normal person has, but they've been split into 4 or 5 characters, so Mickey can only be good.
Mandy says, weren't you in high school back then? You should have seen all those cartoons. I can't... How many times do I have to tell you? You people don't listen to me at all. That's a fact. When I was growing up, I spent all of my spare time, pretty much, outside. I was an outside kid. I was constantly covered in mud and shit. I was never indoors. Is it right? Mum, can I go out and play? It's pissing down. Yeah. Can I go out? Yeah, it's pissing down though. Off I go. Out on my bike. I was an outdoors kid. I grew up on the edge of the forest. I was never indoors. I never sat and watched cartoons. I started to watch South Park when I hit my mid to late teens. But I was never watching cartoons as a kid. At most, you might catch me playing my PlayStation when we got those when they first came out. And my brother and I would play football games. And I mean actual football where they use their feet. Not the one that you call football in America, where you're wearing shoulder pads and helmets. I spent my time outside. I didn't watch cartoons. I didn't watch 80s films. I didn't watch 90s films. I didn't watch cartoons. I didn't watch TV series. I went outside and played outside and built dens in the forest. That's the living that I did, and I wouldn't fucking change it either. And that's the other thing, right? Is they can't do that living anymore, really, either, can they? That's like the going outside and building dens and being outside all the time.
No, because all the green land that we played on has been turned into motorways or housing.
Yeah, and nowadays we're taught to look at every single human being on the street as a paedophile. So, you know, including all 233 of you. Anyway, Kazari, thank you for the 5. Steve Willie version of Mickey entered public domain this year. There's no copyright and anyone can use it. There's 3 to 4 horror games on Steam already. I don't understand that. I mean, I'm not much of a legal person. I'm not much of a legal person. But what do you mean entered public domain? As in it's free use for anyone? There's no copyright and anyone can use it. For like with no cost though. That's mad. How long does something have to exist before it can go into public domain? That's interesting. I'm older than you for a few years, and I played outside messing with cars, and I still watch TV. Well, you spent more time indoors than me then, Will, didn't you?
Although something really interesting is happening with James. The more that he's given internet freedom to make up his own mind, the more he comes back off the internet and asks for a board game.
I mean, he's very mature for a 10-year-old.
I love it.
He's
whatever
really
is happening, whatever air freshener is in his room, I love it.
11 this month for my time. It's going to be his birthday soon.
We played Battleships yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you sink his battleships? Did you crush him?
I sunk 2 of his, he sunk 1 of mine.
So you crushed him?
But the pegs kept falling out, so after which...
Oh, pegs. Oh,
yeah,
no,
you
no,
have to
no.
put the pegs in.
Digital battleships only.
No, the actual ones. It's good for dexterity, but...
No. Oh, God. It's 2024, babe.
Me and Ben were on one team, and he got really excited, so kept knocking the table, so the pegs kept falling out.
And then you just moved your ships.
And after about 6 times, I looked at James and I was like, do I want to stop? And he was like, yes, I need to stop.
Anyway,
really
right.
Well.
That's enough about shitty kids' cartoons and horribleness, because it's just a bit miserable. Tell me, you beautiful people, what plans you have this weekend. I don't care what they are. Hobby-related is ideal because of the channel, but tell me otherwise what plans you've got. Tomorrow, I'm fitting some exhausts to a bike because it's mechanical, and I actually really miss being mechanical. And then Sunday, we're Twitch streaming before I then drive up to Nottingham, because on Monday, I'm in with the Painting Phase team filming a talk show. Then I'm going out for lunch. I've been invited for lunch with Peachy on Monday lunchtime. Rubbing shoulders with the fancy people now. That's my plans for the weekend. How about yours? All I saw was Grumpage say, not a fan of being pegged myself. Brilliant.
I saw Ticket to Ride the other day in the shop. What? I didn't pick it up to read it. Is it a little bit like Monopoly or... No, it can't. No, maybe...
Horus Heresy. What are you doing, Heresy, Mr. Spencer, this weekend? Going to paint some Ultramarines? That's not like you, Sean. Painted Thunderwolves? What's Luce think of Shaven Liam? Still talking about face, though, to be clear.
This is your body.
No, face.
Yeah, it's your body, babe. Shave it or don't. It's your body. It's your money I like.
Picking up my Wraith Knight and Fire Prison tomorrow, says Minx. A good man. I'm hanging out in Discord, voice chat, and building houses for Old World, says Mr. Square Beasts. My niece is coming over to help paint 40 termagants. I'm still reorganising and cleaning the garage. I did some more of that today, actually. Planning on finishing the second Baneblade. Sounds cool. Painting some Seraphim. Working the weekend. Land ready for Word Bearers. Fucking love Word Bearers. I've got a league game for 40k against Death Guard tomorrow, so I'm learning what I can ahead of time. What army do you play, Connor? Working on Blood Bowl. A lot of people do a lot of hobby over the weekend, don't they? If you're in Discord, if you're not in Discord, get yourself in Discord. If you're not a member, get yourself a membership, get yourself in Discord. If you're in Discord, Gaz has already put up his post this weekend for, what does he call it? The Weekend Workshop. Yeah. I love his Weekend Workshop. He does this little spiel that he puts up every week about setting yourself some targets just for the weekend, bite-sized chunks, get yourself through some hobby. Love it. Starting a slow grow campaign of Horus Heresy should be fun. Slow grow campaign is like how slow grow, because I like super slow grow. Slow grow. Are you going to Warhammer World? Depends what time I get away on Sunday. So I need to do some streaming on Sunday to get the Twitch hours up. Then I need to drive there, and it's a 3-hour drive for me to get to Nottingham. Now it's slightly quicker than normal because I don't have Joe with me, so I haven't got to stop for the bathroom 18 times on a 3-hour journey. I've got Andy Serkis's narrated Lord of the Rings to listen to. So I'm going to bang that in. 3 hours, Lord of the Rings, all the way up to Nottingham. Love it.
I really struggle to listen to audiobooks.
I love an audiobook.
I tried to do the old TED Talky thing on the dog walk, and I couldn't.
Did you?
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I ended up just listening to the birds and walking, chatting to the dog.
Chatting to the dog.
And that reminds me, she's still trying to make friends with that fox down the end of the road.
I'm sure she is. Let's make sure she doesn't do that.
And I said to her, you've already had fox mange. We don't want it again.
Magnetising a mouse at the top screen will take all day, I bet. I don't do magnetising. I'm not. Child 1 has a football game tomorrow. Morning sodding miles away. So I'll be half asleep watching her running around a field in the morning. Then on to painting 15 Outriders and 3 ATVs. Painting mini solar auxiliary models. Breaking out the new airbrush to paint each demon prints. Thinking assemble some dragon ogres. Paint some of ye old chaos warriors. Love it. Hopefully getting some old world boxes, though God knows. Like I said, Element don't have any stock to put online. You can only buy it in store because they've got so little stock of it. Don't think the procurement and where I saw a post shared. Was it in the Thanes Discord? Someone let me know. Was it in the Thanes Discord? I saw a post shared from a Warhammer Facebook group where they were thinking about, get this, doing a peaceful protest stroke demonstration outside of Games Workshop in Nottingham because of how bad their stock issues are.
Sorry, who's this? I was reading about Ticket to Ride.
I don't know. Someone on a Facebook group was talking about a peaceful demonstration outside Games Workshop about how bad their stock problems are right now. Because that's definitely the sort of thing we should be demonstrating against in the world in general.
Okay.
Stock problems for plastic toy soldiers that are a luxury.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is. I feel like it's a wind-up. But...
Well, it's kind of nearly April.
It's not.
Well, we're further to April
April's
than we
a
are.
third of the way through the year. We've just started it.
So we're quite close.
I mean...
Girl math.
Mr. Sven Holy, thank you for gifting a membership. That's only 80... At the moment, Loose with Shaven tomorrow. There's 150 people that haven't hit the target. Well, it's actually not 150, is it? It's 132 now. I couldn't do that. I couldn't turn up on the painting phase clean shaven. I'd have to do it on Tuesday.
It's a route building game. Get from one end to the other by building trains and connecting routes. Real simple, but loads of funny. 8-year-old daughter loves it.
It better be a joke.
The European edition is great. Okay.
Thank you so much, Drop Dead Dave, for 10 of the finest gifted memberships, bumping it up to 28 of the finest people in the No Shave crew. Boop, boop. Look at that, you wonderful people. Could be a hoax, but then the queue for the pre-order at Warhammer World started at least on Wednesday. No. Shut up. There's no way there's a queue already for Old World tomorrow, and they're camping overnight in the fucking weather we've had the last 3 days. Sorry, keeping money for Old World. You do that, Cass. You go for it. Need to order a bunch of magnet sheets. I have a bunch somewhere. We'll give away magnet sheets. Actually, I won't. They're fucking heavy. They'll be expensive to post. Packing for next week in Denmark. Choosing what minis I take to paint. What's your options, Adrian? Do it for the painting phase, then you can glue it back on afterwards if you want. With what glue? Plastic or super? White, thank you for the 5. White 55. White 55, thank you for the 5 gifted. Degs, thank you for the 1. You're a hero. Degs, you've already done a big super chat. You can wait, thank you. You can stop. No more. Done. Enough. 29, 34. Maths. My strong point. Hang on. I've missed 5. Big Bad Peter Gaming. I think I missed your 5. Because I've got 34 in front of me and it's actually 39. Oh, sorry, Big Bad Peter Gaming. But you thought I'd ignored you, didn't you? Apologies. We're on 39, chat. Look at that. Is Joe slaving away painting old wild stuff over the weekend? Couldn't say. I wouldn't be able to sell you until 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. There is a queue where just going to check a model price, and I saw the queue. You're fucking joking, right? Were people actually queuing outside World from Wednesday for Old World? Those people need to get a job and a life. How are they affording it if they're not at work? I have a 40k game plan, but we're doing a custom narrative game. My 1,000 points of guard have to hold the line for as long as I can against my mate's Tyranids with unlimited points that just keep coming. That sounds amazing. Shave it off and you can give it to Peachy for his head. Just realised Big Bad Pete lives where I do. How did you get that out of 5 gifted memberships? Don't start the 1 gift train again. Right, I'm not... Thank you, Degs, for the 1. Let's not start this childishness. Mandy fucked me last time with that. Never give up. Can you thank the last person for membership, please?
Stu Black?
Yeah, thank you. I won't. I'm not thanking him.
Oh.
Someone's on the troll.
Oh.
Someone's on the troll there.
What if it's actually Stu Black?
It won't be.
What if?
It won't be.
Egg on your face if it is.
It won't be. Brother Alan, thank you for the 5 gifted. It won't be. The things we've spoken about him, I don't actually have an issue with him as a person. I don't like people who are just mouthpieces, though, who sprout bollocks. Thank you, Brother Alan, for the 5 gifted as well. You fucking bunch of legends. Up to 46. This is how bad I felt today. I'm actually wearing a jumper on stream. A sweater for you Americans.
Mm.
I'm always in a t-shirt, but I'm cold today.
Do you want the heating back on?
No. Because we'll get in bed later, and if I get in bed and the heating's on, I'll be too hot.
And then we'll hear about it all night.
Yeah. When I get too hot in bed, I just slip out of bed. Yeah. It's awful, honestly. Black Talons and some British Napoleonic Peninsular War. Sounds cool. Liam has said too many nasties. It's not true. I've been nothing but nice. He's on the local Discord. I was like, I know that name from somewhere. Turns out it's here. Alex, thank you for the gifted. It took you ages, Carl. You've been in the same fucking YouTube chats for like the last 12 months. Thank you, Alex, for the gifted. You're a legend. Up to 47. Enough of the ones though, chat, right? Come on. You don't like mouth bollocks, I don't know. What was Liam going to stick out again? Eh? I was going to give one gift. It seems like it's not wanted. It's not wanted, Nordos, no. Are we all able to change our names to Stu Black? You probably can, yeah. Now I'm imagining a mouthpiece sprouting bollocks. It's not pretty. Way to focus on the positives, chat. Oh my god. I feel like the mead's helping, actually. Do you want some mead?
No.
You don't like it, do you?
No. I just want to go back to the 90s.
Why?
When Mario jumped like this, and you could play on a train track, and you could jump in the brook.
Not entirely sure you should have ever played on a train track, Lise.
And having no concept of what 5 miles away from your house on your bike actually means, and if your mother would have an actual heart attack that you were that far away from the house. Those were the days.
I don't think you could actually play on a train track ever. I think it was ever really a smart choice.
Well, the trains that were behind my house, you'd hear them coming from miles away. You had loads of time.
Okay. Old steam engines, were they?
I think...
They must have been at least diesels.
Coal.
So old steam engines then?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, God.
I think, like, it was a really weird... Because it was just... I never thought to bring it up with any of my other friends, because me and the neighbourhood kids, we lived by that train track the whole time. So I never thought to bring it up with any of my other friends, so it never came up. But I think it makes sense, because the mines were near there. It makes sense to be coal.
I would have assumed at least diesel at that point. I would imagine that the typical passenger... Was it passenger freight, or was it passenger rail, or was it freight?
Must have been freight.
Do they have carriages on with people in, or do they have just big fucking containers on the back?
Many, many, many.
It would have been diesel, almost definitely.
It was loud. I remember feeling seen when Mary Poppins in the scene where the house shakes because the guy sets a cannon off, and how the birdcage swings and the sofas wobble. I remember thinking their house sounds like my house because of the train going right behind the back garden. And it used to rumble by slowly as well.
I mean, the speed is just line speed. That depends on where you are more than...
We weren't near a station at all.
It doesn't... It's irrelevant though. Like if you're near heavy residential, they'll drop line speed.
Yeah. It's a really bizarre memory I have of it, and I never thought to bring it up because it was just normal.
Mordyhammer says, funny enough, my mum wasn't a fan of Liam's banter when I was visiting over the holidays. I've never met your mum. Slander. I don't know what you're talking about. Lucy's younger than me, but she has weird nostalgia. She has very strange... I feel like often, Lucy sits here, right? This is what I think happens, Sean. Often I think she sits here and she goes, I miss the days when, and then she just recites a story that her grandmother told her. I miss the days when the air raid sirens went off in Coventry. We had to go down into the shelters.
No, that didn't happen to me.
Did it not?
No.
Are you sure? Luce is the soul of a grandma. Exactly. She'd know if it was cold because the smoke clouds had been immense and lasting.
So it definitely wasn't coal then. I don't remember choking on smoke at all. I remember being on my swing set, and if you could swing high enough to nearly loop-de-loop, you could swing high enough to see over the back fence, and you'd see down into the train track where the trains were. I remember that. I do remember that. Because my brother did loop-de-loop, and he was legendary for like a year for loop-de-loop.
She does in fact have the soul of a grandma. You are true. Stuck between buying Monolith, a Rogal Dun, or a Cave Squig. Daughter wants to help. The Monolith's very expensive, and depending on how good she is at helping, that's a problem there, right? If she's like paint it, then you probably don't want to put it on a very expensive model. I don't know what a Cave Squig is though. I'd go Rogal Dun. There you go, picked. They didn't bother with air raid sirens in Coventry. If you've seen the cathedral, or the church. Is it a cathedral? It's a cathedral, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you've seen the cathedral, you'll realise they didn't bother with air raid sirens in Coventry because you can walk in it and still see the sky.
Excuse you, Hitler coined a term after he bombed Coventry. Thank you very much.
What a waste of
You're
bombs.
welcome,
Was that
Birmingham.
it? Was that it? What a waste of bombs.
No.
We've made an improvement.
No.
That cost us 10 quid.
No.
Which one was it then?
To Coventry something. Like, it's been Coventry. It means it was so heavily bombed. It was bombed to the ground.
It's been made to look a shithole. It's been Coventry.
You're
There you
welcome, Birmingham. It's fine.
go. Coventry air raid siren. Oh, what that? At least it's the grandma we all have that walked to school across town barefoot in the snow. You have no idea, Justin, how fucking accurate you are. Big Bad Pig Gamer, thank you for the 5. My plan for this weekend is to build some buildings for Old World, but making them out of sprues. Bombardment! Who's playing next week? I don't actually know who's playing next week. Let's have a look. Although, if this week's anything to go by, Mr. the Big Bad Pig Gaming, then you can fucking ignore the schedule. If this week's anything to go by, because we made a schedule and everyone cancelled it. So let's have a quick look. Hang on. Let's find the spreadsheet. Give me a minute and I'll find it for you. So
I'm going to find that article
do we have someone in?
that says about Hitler coining a term. Because nobody ever believes me until I find the article and I read it out and they go, "Ah."
Where's my F11 gone? F11 screen share. I've moved my stream deck around and I can't remember things. So this is our schedule for Janvier. Brom hasn't done a lot of scheduling yet. We're supposed to be a month in advance, but I only bought this rule in last week, so I'll give him some time. So on Tuesday, team, we have Joe playing Eddie, and I'm producing Chaos Space Marines versus Necrons. On Thursday, I am playing against Adam. Adam, you will have never met before, possibly. Maybe you have if you've been to Beachhead. Adam runs Brawl events, and we're promoting Beachhead for him on Thursday. He's bringing his custodians to play a fun game, and we're going to talk about Beachhead, right? We haven't yet scheduled this one. Looks pretty good for people that we've got a reasonable scope of players there. Paddy's not available all month, unfortunately. He's away, so we've got some more scheduling to do. But there you go. That's our schedule for the rest of this month at the moment. Yeah, I can share that stuff with you now because we have a nice little spreadsheet for it. And I was also aware that there was nothing on there that you couldn't see. You're not allowed to see. Sometimes I won't be able to show it to you because it will say things that you're not allowed to see in advance. Life Runner, like in the Black Country Museum, how does this distinguish the outside from the inside? To be fair, I think Cov Council have done a very good job of Coventry Centre. Pity about the rest of it. Yeah, but that's only because they were going for that, what's it called? City of Culture Award, wasn't it? That's why they spent all that money in the centre.
It was bad luck, though, because I think Coventry got the City of Culture during COVID, so obviously everything closed and they couldn't...
So it got City of Culture because no one was on the streets. Because if people were out, it fucked.
Right, I have found
There's
the
no
article.
chance.
All you fuckers that make fun of Coventry, I have found the article.
Okay. So your proudest moment for Coventry is a quote from Hitler.
Not quite Hitler.
Okay. Go on then.
Coventry suffered the single most concentrated attack on a British city. 515 Luftwaffe dropped 500 tons of high explosives, 30,000 incendiaries, and 50 landmines in an attempt to disrupt our city's wartime production, which was vital to British success. They damaged 4,300 homes, 1/3 of the city's factories, its great medieval cathedral, library, market hall, and a palace yard where King James II once held court. The city centre was decimated whilst the fire at Daimler turned 15 acres of factory into a raging inferno. There was even a report of a man being chased down the street by knee-high river of boiling butter spilling out from a burning dairy. The temperature the next day was reported to be as hot as a summer's day due to the embers of fire amongst the rubble, and King George VI was said to have wept on seeing the destruction of a beautiful medieval city. Nazi minister Joseph Goebbels
Goebbels, yeah.
coined a new verb, Coventry, which meant to raise a city completely to the ground. Nevertheless, the city rallied and the war effort accelerated their output to 3 times what it was before the Blitz, as factories would move to the outskirts of the city and further raids were not effective. The people of Coventry were galvanised by their trial by fire, and Coventry was reborn, rebuilt, resolved and revitalised. When the government offered 10,000 spaces for people to be evacuated, only 300 of them were taken up. It became the Phoenix City. The city stayed a centre of industry and beating heart of England. Boom!
Only 300 were taken up because the other 700 couldn't read English. That's why they didn't take the offer.
All of you out there who make fun of Coventry.
Carl says they bombed Cov to fuck and we won because Cov actually isn't important. She loves it so much, chat. She left. Not Quite Hitler is a good name for a dog. If we get another dog, can I call it Not Quite Hitler?
No.
Why not? Oh. Can I get 2 German Shepherds and call them Goebbels and Goering?
No.
No? Okay. I can't do anything. See, I'm oppressed over here. Revitalised. So the Luftwaffe were just reporting what they could see as they flew overhead to bomb an actual target. Just another night in Coventry then. So the best way to protect Coventry was to move everything out of it. Grandma Loose remembering the bombardments. Grandma Loose. Well, at least you're not Luke anymore now. Grandma Loose now.
I have many faces.
You have many faces.
I wear many hats.
Is this Lucy's fact for the night? It's a bit downbeat. Maybe something about an aardvark next time. I didn't realise I got gifted a membership. Thank you to who gifted it to me. I really wish I knew. Pepsi Man. Hang on. Let me have a look. I'm going to try and find out. Give me a minute. If everyone else wants to keep gifting whilst I'm finding out, you can do that. That's fine. Who was it? Who said Pepsi Man? Pepsi Man, Pepsi Man, Pepsi Man. Still looking. Still looking. Still. Oh, I don't think it may not have happened tonight, actually, Pepsi Man. Nordost44 gifted you your gifted membership, Pepsi Man. I found it on my tracker. Because tech. There you go. Nordost44 gifted you your fine membership. Luft and Waffe would be great names. Get a gerbil and call it Joseph. That's funnier than it should be. Joseph Gerbils is a great name. Anyway, what a chit. I said to chat when we started tonight, Luce, by the way, and I was like, I've been a bit miserable today. I felt a bit shit. The last few streams have been a bit shit. I'm feeling shit about my army because everyone's moaning about it all the time, so I don't really want to paint it anymore. So let's be upbeat. And we talked about terrifying children's games, paedophiles, and the Nazis.
Not the Nazis, Coventry.
Not quite the Nazis.
Not quite.
Not quite.
We're talking about Coventry.
Minx said, didn't someone say tonight was having a laugh? Thanks, Luce.
Didn't I have somebody on chat last night saying, what's the point in me being here?
Brom's put him in the bin, don't worry about it.
He's in the bin. Because I log on every now and then to see what the number is at the tippy top. And then I just saw my name highlighted loads and I thought,
so I obviously didn't see it because I was playing, but someone had essentially said they don't know why you're involved in the Talking Head streams because, quote, you bring nothing to the content.
Well, if you weren't listening 5 minutes ago, free history lesson right there.
I think, from what I understand, chat got a little bit defensive of Grandma Luke, and Brom put him in the bin. Who's in the bin now?
Oh, you guys.
It doesn't take an awful lot nowadays for us to just put someone in the bin, quite frankly. If they're clearly one of those individuals that are just trying to get a rise and saying shit, get in the bin. Get in the bin. I would say that talking about Coventry is worse than talking about the Nazis. Poor old Lise. Coventry always gets picked on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Normally from people that are also from there as well, to be fair. It's funny, the place I live was supposed to get blitzed, which is a small town.
But it didn't.
Loose fact is my favourite content on the channel. Stream stutters, I am showing 0% dropped frames, so not this end. What loose is the content? Grammar, please. Come on. Chat was on it immediately, and Mandy was here. Yeah, Mandy's got your back.
I know. Mandy is my sister from another mister. She's got my back.
Yeah. She put 2 hours of hair and makeup on just to headbutt him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a mate.
I must be riding the line to get binned. Well, the difference is, Minx, so we know you, we've met you. It's different. I mean, you've just described me. Maybe I should get in the bin. No, puppets. You're all people that we know the name of. That's the difference. It's one thing to be a regular whose name we recognise, who has slowly but surely eased themselves in. And it's another thing to just turn up and start talking shit immediately with no context, no build-up, no relevance to the current conversation, right?
What was his name?
I don't know. He's in the bin. I'll look later on my thing. It shows me everyone who's in the bin.
Oh.
In the bin.
There's more than one in the bin?
Oh, yeah. In the bin. I shouldn't read names. Actually, I'm not going to read the names out on stream. That's not fair. In case people come across these people in other people's chats.
Well, that's just karma.
I mean, it is, but I'm not going to read it out on stream. Your face looked good, Liam. No drop in your frames. There we go. Thanks.
You know you're disrupting karma.
I'm not disrupting karma. What we'll do is we'll look afterwards, and you can write him in your cunt book. And if you ever come across him again, you'll find him. All right. I fucked that up. The city I'm from was supposed to get the blitz, but silly place ended up getting leveled. Oh, okay. Reminds me of that joke. What was Hitler's favourite dice game? Nazi. Oh, instead of Yahtzee.
Never played that.
No, me neither. Good joke. what other stream gives us loose facts and Nazis?
No other stream. Just this one.
You might get Nazis in some other streams.
You asked me for my Friday.
Why's your hand go up as well? It's just me and you, by the way. I mean, your chat's here, but it's just me and you.
You asked me for my Friday's final thoughts.
Friday's final thoughts, yeah.
I had one today.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Is this instead of loose facts? Or as well as?
I don't mind.
I mean, if we give them the option, they're going to want both.
Well, do you want my final thought or?
Well, it's not the end of the show yet, so no, not now.
But I'll forget it. I need to write it down then.
How's it a final thought if you're going to forget it by the end of the show?
I will forget it. You'll put me on the spot and I'll go,
Jesus Christ. So what we had at the start of the show, by the way, was a pretty overwhelming response that most people think I should just keep doing my project and not switch.
This one?
Yes.
Okay.
Thanks for your input. Okay. Derby was meant to get hit because of a little place called Rolls Royce, but they painted the roof green and trees and cows and stuff. They also, like, down where I am locally, they did lots of like fake tanks and stuff on roadsides. Like, I think they use like inflatables and stuff like that all down by the coast to make it look like we had a bigger invasion force than there actually was.
Doesn't Dad's Army touch on that in the latest film?
I think so, a little bit, yeah. I think it covers it, but yeah. What do you and chat think of whether or not a Brutalis could be considered a fluffy choice for Templars? Yeah, absolutely, 100%. 100% it can. So melee Dreadnought. Templars want melee. Go for it. And Templars are quite happy to sacrifice themselves. It makes sense to be entombed in a sarcophagi after you've been murder fucked, so you can keep fighting. I'm scratching my leg here, by the way. I'm sorry, it's a weird face, but I've got a real fucking itch on my shin, my leg. Oh my god, made out of blow up rubber. You should do what they want to do and where the muse or hobby takes you. You should do what you want to do, what the muse or hobby takes you. No, but we made a deal ages ago. Am I in the bin? No, Fraser, you're fine. Chapter Master Ballsack, though. Love that name. He's not in the bin. He's just gifted fucking 50.
I'm going to Google my final thought before I make myself look stupid.
50 memberships. He's just gifted a membership to my tattoo artist. Oh my. If you shave your beard, you will lower the screen resolution to lessen the damage of the chin. Fuck you, Cass. Liam just got slapped in the face by a ballsack again. He almost got me emotional on New Year's Eve. I'm in that kind of headspace today as well, so you stop it now, right? What are you buying for Old World tomorrow? Nothing. I don't need to buy anything for Old World tomorrow. I want to wait until all of the hype has died down a little bit, and then I'll probably buy some Wood Elf stuff. I'm most certainly not sitting in a queue. Mr. the Kyle's coming over at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning to help me fit some exhausts. There's no way I'm sitting in a fucking queue on a website for 3 hours to try and buy a model that'll probably be sold out by the time I get there, or to see that the website crashes just in time as well. So, I am fully on board with Old World. I will be playing the game, whether on the channel or not. We're going to start by playing it on the channel, and if you guys hate it, Joe and I are probably going to keep playing it off the channel, but I think you'll probably enjoy it. We're going to keep playing the game. We're going to be playing the game. What I'm not going to do, so it's not like I'm going, oh, fuck Old World, I'm not buying it. I'll be buying into Old World. I know we've whinged about the metals, we've whinged about the old models. I have a huge nostalgia hit from Old World, so we will be buying into Old World. I absolutely won't be sat in the queue and buying it at 10 o'clock in the morning. 100%. I'm actually more inclined to wait till they ship out decent stock levels to Element and then buy it from Element in the future anyway. Genuinely, I'm actually more inclined to sit there and be like, you hold your stock, GW, I'm not paying for it at full price. Fuck you. Wait till you actually stock Element properly and I'll buy it at independent retailer prices. That's what I think I'm going to do. Anyway, thank you, Mr. the Ballsack, for your 50. You fucking legend. I set a slightly higher target tonight because I was a bit miserable. So I thought, you know what would make me more miserable? Not hitting a target. Let's set a bigger one. But you've got us almost 66.6% of the way there. I want Wood Elves. Nostalgia is why I want to play it. Waiting on the Dwarves myself. Dwarves is the other army I'm taking. So Wood Elves and High Elves are almost the guarantees for me. I wanted Bretonnians. I really wanted to play Bretonnians because I wanted to play Bretonnians previously. And when I played Old World, when I played Fantasy in the past, my friend I played it with, Lee, had a full-blown Bretonnian army. And I was like, well, I'm not going to play Bretonnians into Bretonnians when there's just two of us playing with each other. It's fucking pointless. So I never collected Bretonnians. And obviously then I was kind of glad because they shit-canned Old World, they shit-canned Fantasy, launched AOS and went, can't use Bretonnians anymore, they're gone. Right? So I was like, oh, cool, I didn't put any money into it. So this time round, when I've got more people to play against rather than just Lee, they're like, Bretonnians. I was like, I want Bretonnians. And I spoke to Joe about Old World, and he expressed, like, this is genuine as well, by the way. I was talking to Joe about Old World, and he expressed, I hadn't told him what armies I wanted to collect. He expressed such incredible excitement and passion for Bretonnians. I was like, I'm not going to say to him now, well, I'm doing those, you can't have them. Yeah. I was like, you can do Bretonnians, Joe. Actually, to start with, I was like, he said something about Bretonnians. I was like, no, it's tough. I'm going to do them. And he was like, he looked absolutely gutted and devastated. And I must have held him for about 30 seconds, and if that, before I was like, I'm only joking, mate. You can do Bretonnians. That's fine. And he was like, thank you so much. So he's going to be the Bretonnian player. It won't be my army to play with. I mean, he's going to paint most of the armies anyway, right? So it's not a massive difference. Dex, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a legend. Mordy Hammer, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a legend. Over 100 members already. I don't know if I do actually spend the stream money on Sylvaneth, though. Thank you, you beautiful, beautiful humans. The Bretonnians are French. Well, we can pretend they're not. They're just pretty models. They're just very pretty models, aren't they, to be fair? Even the older ones are quite pretty. Maybe not the metal horses. I am, however, quite concerned, because I remember a lot of the High Elf range being metal as well. So I think, if I remember rightly, the Eagles were metal. There was a couple of other bits that were metal as well. I can't remember for the Wood Elves. Goblin Fanatics, all about orcs and goblins. Actually, I don't think. I hope they bring out all the spider riders and stuff like that again. Then maybe we've got orcs and goblins. I think dwarfs and wood elves maybe. I don't know if I want to do high elves to start with. There's 2 reasons. First of all, high elves very much give me Eldar vibes, where like, oh, they're just so good. That's why you win. Oh, fucking Jesus Christ! Change the track. So there's that one. But secondly, the amount of people when Old World was announced, like, I'm going to do High Elves. I was like, okay, it's like the Emperor's Children of Horus Heresy. When Horus Heresy launched, new Horus Heresy 2.0, I swear every man in his dick was like, I'm doing Emperor's Children. I'm doing Emperor's Children. I'm doing Emperor's Children. A sea of fucking purple armies appeared on Instagram. And I feel like High Elves at the moment's the same. Chopping a bit of skin off there. They kept catching on my... Yeah. So yeah, I think wood elves, maybe dwarfs. I also like the idea of dwarfs being angry bearded men with axes. What about you, Luce? What old army are you going to do?
Orcs.
I mean, they're a faction. Good guess.
Yep. I was listening.
I was looking at the 3D print Highlands miniatures dwarf range. They're nice, are they? There's apparently a lot of external support for these ranges out there now. Wood elves for me, yes. Still have Thorgrim, Grudgebearer, and the Anvil of Doom for dwarves. Might be worth on eBay. Probably is now. You see the price on eBay now? I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. The price of old world stuff on eBay was high because they're out of production. You couldn't buy them anymore. Okay? So the price of a lot of old world stuff on eBay was high. In the last 2 to 3 weeks, whilst GW have been ramping up the content for old world on the website saying they're available for pre-order soon, the price point has gone up. Despite the fact that from tomorrow, a lot of it you better buy from GW.
For cheaper than
For definitely cheaper than eBay. Oh my fucking god. There was a box I saw today, which I can't remember what it was. It's like 30 or 40 quid in old money from GW, maybe 25, 30 quid. It was on eBay for £125 for this box. It's not in production. Out of production. Till tomorrow, literally.
Is the artwork the same?
I don't know.
That might be...
Probably not, because the artwork on this particular box, it was Wood Elves, as I was looking at, had been changed to Age of Sigmar artwork. Because when they first launched Age of Sigmar, they allowed a lot of the kits to still be used, and they just changed the artwork, and they just started to not sell them anymore, and they pulled them off of production. And I'd imagine that now that they don't get sold for Age of Sigmar anymore, that the artwork that'll come out within the box will be new Warhammer Fantasy artwork, which is old world, the old world colours that we've seen on the website. I'm guessing.
Okay.
But it's still the same models. And most people with the boxes will just bin them off. They built the models anyway, so.
Yeah.
Madness. The costs on eBay at the moment are madness. Still have my lead dwarves army. Might also need a repaint. I mean, you could kill a man with that stuff. Sold my award many moons ago, now gutted. I think a lot of people did. Bretonians for me, they were the very first army I owned way back in 1995. Really? Interesting. Probably try to cash in before it's too late. I mean, yeah. And yes, I really want a metal steam tank just for the challenge. I had a plastic steam tank. I have a funny feeling stuff like Ogre Kingdoms and Wood Elves. I'll just print those models for the armies indefinitely. For what? What GW you can for? Oh, hey Vic, how's it going, man? Just think dwarfs are more armoured and smaller Vikings. Simple as. Kinda, yeah. Not sure where the crew is. I'm still digging out fantasy stuff. Not really fond of it either. Prefer me an organ gun or cannon. Swap the dwarf and elf heads around. No reason other than that would look silly. I mean, I'm into it. I'm into silly things. But they're probably going to be turbo expensive, right? Turbo expensive. So that's where that's there with a Juggernaut and Bjorn. It's something you could kill a man with, yeah. The old metal models. I'm still a bit pissy about metal models because GW's metal quality isn't the highest. It's not like Infinity quality. But they are, some of those models, Bjorn and the old Khorne Lord on Juggernaut are two models that you could put in a sock, and if you swung them around your head, you'd kill a man. Become like a mace. Honestly.
Tenderize your meat with it.
You are fucking 100% you kids. They were models where, so if I don't know if I'm the only person who does this, but if I drop a plastic model from the table, very rare thankfully, I will try and lift my foot and catch it on my foot and lower it to the ground gently. Okay. Normally, with success actually, mostly, right? And lower it down because you don't want it to shatter. Those metal models are the ones where you'd move your fucking foot out of the way. Because that was going to break a toe. Luce's tombstone, many, many, many years from now, will state, Luke knew what an orc was.
Yep.
What's an orc?
It's like a, well...
We never did do loose shorts.
No, we didn't. Why not? Why won't you do loose shorts?
I don't know if they're going to be good or bad loose, to be honest with you.
Well, we could make one and then give it to Joe, get Joe's feedback, give it to Brom, get Brom's feedback, because those two won't be nice to me for the sake of it.
I don't want Brom's feedback on content, it's fine. Joe, maybe.
Okay. And then Kyle, because he won't be nice to me for the sake of it. These are like brothers.
I don't know. Kyle's like, pretty new to the party.
They will not be nice to me.
He's pretty new to the party. He might still be nice.
No. No.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Okay. You reckon he's already in that inner circle?
Maybe not in the inner circle, but he's like...
Already in the brutal crowd?
Hmm.
How long before Old World is like Horus Heresy, just taking up space, no one playing it? That's an interesting statement, JT Money, because in the echo chamber I exist in over the course of the last few weeks, I've come to realise that apparently a lot more people play Heresy than I thought did. 240 people watching right now. You know what we're going to do? If you play Heresy or have an interest in playing Heresy, or are thinking about playing Heresy. So all positive Heresy, 1 in chat. Negative Heresy, not playing it, don't want to play it, never thinking about playing it, 2 in chat. 1s and 2s, go. Let's make chat look busy. We're on 300 likes as well, chat. Thank you so much. You people are incredible.
I can't decide if I can smell gas or that candle.
Only 107 members, though. We're still 43 short of the target. I'm just saying. Good night, good people. Night, Degs. Thanks for hanging out, man. Thanks for the big dono. Thanks for the membership. You're a fucking legend, and I love you. 1 if you're positive Heresy. 2 if you're negative Heresy. This isn't to try and prove the commenter wrong, by the way, either. This is just a genuine interest, because there's a lot of people saying, I'm playing Heresy, I'm playing Heresy. Actually, it's more balanced than I thought it was going to be. I always love it as well when people can't seem to just write 1 or a 2. I know what I do. I'll write 69. Oh, there it is. There it is. Right then. Just as I said it. Oh, 69. Brilliant. There it is. Like fucking clockwork, this lot. Like clockwork. So there's actually a reasonable split of people here that are playing. Casey, thank you so much for the gifted, man. What a legend. Lou shorts or Joe in shorts, worthy of a poll, I think. Poll's not better, Jonathan. The poll's not better. I'm learning more YouTubes right now, okay? I'm learning more YouTubes. If I put a poll on asking about likes, so far what it's shown me is we just flat get more likes. Sounds childish. It's not a vanity metric. Likes mean the stream performs better on the YouTube homepage whilst we're live. So it's worth it for us, right? If I do 1s and 2s to see who's into something or who's not into something, or who likes something, what doesn't like something, the chat rate picks up. We almost always see a slight increase in the viewership figures because, again, it works for the YouTube algorithm. For the algorithm, exactly, yeah. I'm pooping too. Brilliant. Thanks, Peter. I'm glad. Picks, or it didn't happen. I don't want to get into another system, even though I'd love to. More than 40k 10th edition, which isn't difficult, so it's a 2. 1, but a 2. I get it. I understand that, actually. I'm kind of in the same boat. I'm like, 1, I really wanted to get a new system. I want to play Heresy because it looks fun. And I think that it could be more extra content for YouTube. But I don't like. I'm glad I have a Joe. Wait, positive Heresy. That's Heresy. It is, yeah, exactly. They didn't pick up on that though. Canon S Marcy. So but like, if it wasn't for a Joe, I'd otherwise be a 2. Like, I don't want to put time and effort into it. So thankfully, Joe's like, I fucking love Heresy, so we'll be all right. We'll get a couple of armies painted in no time at all. Get those Eldar painted. We will do. We will do. No, just got here. You're late. You know what late means? 5 gifted members tax for being late. It's a fine. If you're late, if you weren't here from the start, chat, 5 gifted members. It's a 5 gifted member fine. Just the rules, okay? Just the rules. I'm down with Heresy because Mr. John Mercado is my personal tutor. Is he? That's nice. With 40k being so pants in 10th, I'm losing interest fast. I think a lot of people are in that boat as well, Cantor, to be fair, mate. For Heresy, I think I would go Dark Angels. Hi, Liam. We spoke a little last time around a certain product. You may not remember me. I'm getting a little more into AOS and would like to do your. I would like to your guys' take on it.
To hear. I would like to hear you and your guys' take on it.
I don't know how we spoke before, but if it was like email something, just send me another message. I've probably forgotten. I'll be honest with you. We get. And right in the chat, like right in the email title, it's me from YouTube, dickhead, or something like that. Because otherwise, I get so many, I just skim a lot of them. All right, we have some very generous people, and I have to decline a lot of people because I don't like too much generosity. A little bit of generosity is fine. I don't like too much generosity. So, yeah, just make sure it's very noticeable.
I have been listening to the Horus Heresy books. I am on Fulgrim right now. So yes, on Heresy. Also, I just got a 5,000 point painted Necron army.
I struggle with Fulgrim as a book. It's the first one I struggled with. I did the first 4. So I did Horus Rising, False Gods, Galaxy in Flames, Flight of the Eisenstein. Had no problems with all of those at all. On the 5th one, which is Fulgrim, I think, I've really struggled with it. I think it was because I listen normally when I was travelling to work and back, or because when I used to work at my old job, I had depots all over the country. So I'd listen to audiobooks driving to and from the depots. I had one in Bristol, one in London North Pole, one in Doncaster, etc. We used to go down to Plymouth as well for another depot down there. So I'd listen to audiobooks, and I really struggled with Fulgrim to listen to it. The narrator just didn't do it for me. So, now this is a better YouTube stream title. What's your answer? We're like, what's your answer? Audio Fulgrim is so shy. Yeah, I really struggled with it. It wasn't anywhere near as good as the first. That's the problem. If I go Horus Heresy, I'll probably go White Scars with jet bike speeders and Xiphon fighters. Got to go fast. Sounds amazing. If any of you in chat, 240 people in chat, if any of you could pick a Horus Heresy Legion, which Legion would you pick and why? What Legion would you pick, Luce?
What's a Legion? Is that like a group or a department of a group?
You've read Horus Rising.
So Horus is a legion.
Horus was the Primarch of a legion.
So he was
the Lunar Wolves.
He was the boss of a legion. And a legion is like...
We need to make loose shorts, I think.
A legion is like an army?
Kinda, yeah.
So Horus was the boss of his army.
He was, yes. He was the Primarch of his legion, yes.
And they were the wolves.
They were the Lunar Wolves.
The Lunar Wolves.
Soon to become Sons of Horus.
All of them.
Oh my god.
He doesn't just pick a favourite and make that one.
You're the son of Horus. The rest of you, fuck you all. You're the son of Horus. World is Legion because I'm nuts. Loyalist, Emperor's Children. I choose White Scars, Blood Angels, Glorious Melee, Raven Guard, Space Wolf Loyalists, Iron Warriors, Traitors, Alpha, think Iron Hands, Word Bearers. It's a nice split. I like this. Fists because I have a massive Templar force on 40k. I go Dark Angels, start with them Space Hulk. Sons of Horus but painted as Lunar Wolves.
Yes, I would, nerd storyteller. Asherot is my favourite.
World Eaters, I like the idea of White World Eaters. Lunar Wolves, to be honest. Blood Angels, but they'd be led by Nasir Amit. Dark Angels already used some Horus Heresy models for the Retro Force. Not Garviel. All of them, says Willow. Alpha Legion, the specific Horus Heresy miniatures look amazing. I bet the favourite is Youngest Son. Luce is the hero we didn't know we needed. Luce shorts would be hilarious, they would. Next short, Luce describes the Alpha Legion. What's the Alpha Legion?
I'd say Alpha is the best one. Like you're the best man, so you're Alpha male. So an army of the best from each other legion, they all get put in that one because they're all the best, and then combined they're the Alpha Legion.
That's absolutely not it, but that would be cool. I'd be into that.
It would be like the Alpha Mongrel Legion because they're all...
That's absolutely not it, but I like it.
See?
I like it. I'm a fan of that. That's what they should have done. Why is there no YouTube short narrated by Luce? Well, what we're going to do, Minx, what we thought... Here's a series we thought about doing was a bunch of topics and be like, Luce, describe Necrons, go. And then you just get 60 seconds to describe them and we just cut her off at the end and that's the short.
There's too much pressure with that, though.
Yeah, but that was what's funny about it.
Because one time I did a funny one about rats.
Yes.
One time.
Yeah.
And now you all think I'm hilarious and it's too much pressure.
That's a bit... I don't think everyone thinks you're hilarious.
They all think I'm hilarious.
No, I'm not sure that's what's going on here.
Too much.
Oh my god, Death Watch is Alpha Legion. Facts. Straight facts. You've got 10 minutes, chat, as well. We are... Is that what the time is, really?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck me, you've got 10 minutes. We're 43 members away from the title. There's 248 people watching, which means that more than 200 people could not fucking bother, and the other 43 can give one, and we'll make it. All right? Apart from calling them the mongrels.
No, I didn't like...
Tom Mitchell says sounds better than the actual Alpha Legion. 100% it does.
So what is the Alpha Legion?
The Alpha Legion is one of the legions, one of the 18 legions in the Horus Heresy.
So they're not like the
led
best.
by Alfarius.
They're not the best at what they do.
No, well, I mean, all the legions will think they're the best at what they do because the legions would compete with each other.
So Alpha is just after the...
It's just the name of the legion. The
boss's name.
Alfarius. The Emperor's children weren't all the children of the Emperor. They're called the Emperor's children.
So he wasn't like had 1,000 wives and they all had babies and all the children are his. That's not.
No, that's not what happened. No. He called the Primarchs his sons, despite the fact that they were genetically engineered.
No women in it?
No, they weren't birthed. They were genetically engineered.
But no women?
No.
Why not?
Because in the 41st millennium, they decided that you were too much of a pain in the arse. Get rid of them. Just birth children in pods genetically.
We don't need the women.
Yeah.
There are no vaginas here.
We're
all fucking miserable.
You'll not be surprised to learn that in the 41st millennium it was messy. Anyway,
No sex.
Candace Marcy, thank you for the gifted membership. You legend. See, she listened. She understood the chat that I had then, chat. She understood it. The rest of you didn't bother. Casey, also... Oh, no, Nerd Storyteller, thank you for the gifted as well. You're a legend. Puts on 109. Casey, I thank you for yours already. I think that puts us on 110. It'll come through. There we go. Just your average 40k painter. How you doing, man? Thank you for the one. How's your Inquisition podcasty thing going? Is it going well? You still doing them on Instagram? Just your average 40k painter chat, who has just gifted a membership, has an Instagram account under the same name. I think it recently hit 15,000 followers, and they do little like I think it's just on Instagram. I might be wrong. He's going to tell me off if I'm wrong. They do like little podcasty things on Instagram, like Instagram lives and stuff like that. Check it out. The Primarchs are minor warp entities that the Emperor took from Chaos. A Space Marine Dong would cause a Sister of Battle to explode. That's a phrase I never thought I'd read out in chat. You could argue that their mother was Dr. Astartes, the female scientist that they were named after. Right, chat, we got to 111. I guess that'll fucking do, won't it? I guess I'll have to tonight. I was hoping for more, you know, whatever. It's we're currently loose at 111 members and £111 in super chat revenue. So it's been a cheap night for chat. Thank you, Whitey55 for the gifted. You're a legend. 15,000 followers, but totally not a cult. Going well, mate. We have Patrick from the painting phase on Sunday at 7:30. Don't wear him out because I'm talking to him on Monday. Shave Liam when? Probably never. Probably just painting Eldar. I've got like 8k points of word bearers, 5k of Sisters of Silence, and 1k of Admech and Ultramarines. Oh, I'd have to do a full Sisters of Silence army. That'd be fucking sick. We're well into that. Thank you so much. Whitey55 for the gifted membership as well. 7 minutes to go, chat. We're nowhere near the New Year's Eve record for members and super chats, by the way. Degs has sat on top spot all night. Just throwing it out there. Just Jupiter. Thank you. Every time I update it, one of you fucking gifts one. Thank you, Just Jupiter, for the gifted membership. But if I don't update it, no one does anything. Hang on, where are we? Night Lords. I am Alfarius. Are you? Liz, can you say thank you to the last person to give some membership, please?
Thank you, Stu Black.
Thank you. Cantor, thank you for the 5. Sisters of Silence drill. Does that mean they're good? You're doing it on purpose, you don't know, aren't you? Just give them the one. 114. Look at that. 36 to go. Tell you not a cult, just don't drink the Kool-Aid. So if this is already asked, any Twitch streams this weekend? Sunday, Thanksgiving, there will be a Twitch stream, yes. I'm probably just going to be applying sand to wraiths. Probably all I'm going to be doing. Really fucking boring, but I will be sat there talking to you lot before I can then start spray painting during the week. But there'll also be one on Monday night as well. Okay. Cancel, thank you for the $5. Big Bad Peter Gamer, thank you for the 5 gifted. You're a beautiful human being, you are, Peter. I don't know if anyone's ever told you this before, but you are. 31 away. 5 minutes to go. Who's going to win? The clock or chat? Who wins? Luce, clock or chat?
Clock.
Oh. She's got no faith in you lot at all. Never got any faith in you at all. 30k Admech are the nuts. But boy, is that Forge World resin expensive. I mean, they look so much better than standard Forge World, don't they? To be fair. Just standard Admech, sorry, not standard Forge World. They look so much better than standard Admech. Yeah. No, they have a legit drill vehicle. Look it up. Is it not just like the normal termite, assault pattern termite thingy? The drill is the Admech. The Silent Sisters have the lovely shuttle. Oh, I need to have a look later now. Liam, tech support, Cass here. 1280 by 720 pixels might be acceptable for your bare chin. Thanks, Cass. If we get you on the show, Cass, what we've got to do then is smear fucking Vaseline all over the lens, haven't we? Cornet Ed, thank you for the 5 gifted. Alex, thank you for the 1. Dang Skippy, thank you for the 1. Look at you people now all coming through at once. This makes my life easier. I can wait for it to update now and then put it all in at once. 4 minutes to go. Loose is currently still right. The time will win. Time will win.
Can you smell gas?
No.
I keep getting the gas smell.
Do you?
Maybe it's my weird long coat.
Well, we have all of the relevant alarms, Loose.
Yeah.
340 likes on the stream is impressive for a 40k after dark as well, chat, by the way. So thank you so much. Sisters of Silence are fast and can play missions. I ally and add macro ultras for AP2 and anti-tank. Oh yeah, it's old AP2 now, isn't it? Of course. Brother Alan, thank you for the gifted. You legends.
I am Alfarius.
He's Alfarius. I'm Alfarius. Are you Alfarius?
No.
The answer is yes. The magical thing about Alfarius, who's the Primarch of the Alpha Legion, is you never actually really know who he is.
Why?
How'd you kill a leader if you don't know who he is?
Well, then who's the leader? Who does
Alfarius.
everyone listen to?
Alfarius.
So then nothing gets done because everyone's an egomaniac, so they're all Alfarius, so nothing actually gets done.
Oh, we need to do shorts. They're going to be great. 127 of the finest gifted. Thank you so much, Mr. the Brother Alan. 23 to go. And 3 minutes, which is probably more like 2.5 minutes by the time you hear me say this. Time is going to win, Luce. You're going to be right.
I know.
Again. Grumpage says, a woman is always right. Been married long enough to know that. Right, chat. Do we raid after the stream? If we do raid, the only people we've really got to raid is Ballsack himself. Do we bother with that or not? There's no one else that I know that's live. He's got 822 people live watching him now. I'd be very jealous, Mr. Ballsack. But I have my dignity, at least. I am Alfaris. Alfaris was the manager of Alpha Department. Wait till she hears about Omicron. We're not gonna. It's too late for that now, Stickmaker. We're not gonna dive down that hole, okay? I can fix that easily. Who needs the vaccine? I'm sure you can, Cass. I'm sure you can. 23 members to go. 1 minute. I'm not Alfaris, but then again, I might be.
Then who do you know who's in charge if you're all saying you're in charge?
No raid, it's a scam. Okay, we're not raiding Balrak. Cool. Fuck it, makes
That's
it easier.
the worst staff meeting you could ever go to. The
Why?
agenda doesn't actually get talked about because you're all arguing over who's running the agenda.
Go for someone smaller than yourself, boost them. We don't have anyone live right now that we can live raid. So unless someone wants to throw... Oh, I know what I'm going to do right now. There's a guy who got in touch with the channel recently, right? Who's talked to me a little bit about perhaps doing some editing work for the channel. Who's recently launched his own channel as well and was looking for some feedback. Okay. So he's not live right now. Doesn't do live content. But he's less than 1,000 subs. And the problem with being less than 1,000 subs is you have to be 1,000 subs to be able to be monetized. Now he's currently at 943 subs. So between the 232 people watching, I'm pretty positive we can get him over the 1,000 sub mark. So this would be really nice. So what I want you to do, I'm going to drop the link to the channel in the chat in a minute, right? I want you to go over there, click subscribe, click on videos, and let's go for... I don't care. The latest video, why you should start Kill Team, and drop a comment in there. Now he watches the channel, so he'll know what it means when he says the Great Hall welcomes you. There we go. That's a nice little phrase.
Oh, yeah.
I like that, right? So we're going to do that kind of raid. We're not actually going to live feed into another person's live stream. We're going to do that kind of raid. So we're going to do that. I'm going to post that in here now. And whilst I'm clicking in it and you're doing the things, you can open it in a different window. Because whilst I'm clicking this... Why can't I pin it? There we go. What the fuck? Where's my... what the fuck, YouTube? It won't let me pin my own message. Let's try again. Why won't let me pin it? If I end the poll, can I pin it? I can't pin the message. I'm very annoyed by this. Okay, I'm just going to post it like 3 times. There you go. You can't miss it now. That's the link you need. Open it in a new window, because whilst you're going to go off and do that, at the same time, because we're multitasking, by the way, Luce was right, the timer won. 23 members behind, didn't hit the target, now 1 minute past 11. At the same time that you're going raiding, time for Luce Facts.
Only in Britain are 58 people injured every year by using sharp knives instead of screwdrivers.
I think it's bollocks, but only because I think that number's too low.
It's too low.
Because I reckon that's factually only from a hospital.
Oh, all the people who don't go.
I mean, I've definitely injured myself on a knife using it as a screwdriver and not been to hospital. 100%. So I think it's a bollocks fact, but only because I think the number's actually higher.
Well, do you know what you've done as well?
What's that?
You've forever immortalised the fact that I am right.
How?
Because it's on YouTube.
Well, I didn't make you right. Chat made you right. Again.
Did you want my final thought question then?
Yes, we do want your final thought question. He's at 971 subs. Do you want the voice for it or not?
No.
No, okay. So we were thinking about starting to bring in some different pieces. By the way, my final thought, my personal final thought for tonight, I probably have to just do the Eldar, right? This Liam Dempsey dude keeps spamming chat. I know, what a dick. I personally think for my own final thought, keep the beard, do the Eldar, get on with it, and have Sylvaneth as my golden prize. It's a thing I can do when I've achieved the thing that I now don't want to do. That's nice. Mm-hmm. No one really cares about that though. What they care about is Lucy's final thought.
Do birds get displaced?
What do you mean displaced?
So when they're migrating and they run into really strong winds, do they get blown off course and then can't launch again because they've used all their energy for their migration, and they end up having to nest in this unplanned...
Do they just get in a dinghy then and come across the channel?
No.
That's what everyone else does.
Well, do they? Because there's birds that get displaced because developments have happened and then their nesting grounds aren't there anymore. But what about a bird that's flying into a hurricane, or it takes too long to migrate and then it runs into trouble?
The thing is, this is an irrelevant question.
Irrelevant?
Yeah.
You asked for my final thought.
But birds aren't real.
Oh.
We've discussed this on the chat. Birds aren't real. What's
so
the phrase?
The ones that have got new batteries in.
If it flies.
It spies.
If it flies, it spies. Birds aren't real.
So the ones that have got new batteries in, do they get displaced? Do they? Well, they must be found.
They can't be displaced.
Yeah. There you go. Case closed. Answered questions. They just get picked up and then put where they're supposed to be.
They just return to base. There you go.
See, yes, they do. So it wasn't a stupid question. Yes, they do.
It's a stupid question because birds aren't real. The people saying, yeah, they do get displaced, they're lunatics. All of them. Birds aren't real. They get blown off course. They, by default, fly back to the CIA. Exactly, yeah, birds aren't real. 100%. If it flies, it spies. Are you going to do any more members for me, chat, before we say goodnight to you beautiful people? I'm just going to keep an eye on the command phase for a brief couple of moments. I really mean a brief couple of moments because I'm actually hanging out my arse and I want to go to bed. We're at 982 subscribers for the command phase, which means 18 more to go before he actually hits 1,000. And looking at the number of videos he's got, I reckon he's probably got enough watch hours or enough views to monetize. So I reckon he probably just needs the subscriber count, right? 18 more people subscribe to that channel. We get to 1,000 for him. Actually more important to me than more members. I'll be honest with you. As much as I'd like to get to the 150 members, actually more important to me than more members, because nice chap, little channel, growing, great editing, top quality content. All right? Birds of dinosaurs. This is the kind of shit that leads to Horus Heresies. Exactly. 100%. Subbed. I love a ball sack.
A shaven one or a...
Just a chapter master one.
Oh.
I love a chapter master ball sack. With 20 gifteds, right in at the end there, as I'm waiting for command phase to hit 1,000 people, we are now at 992, 8 to go. Mr. the ball sack, thank you so much. Hopefully I'll get lovely messages from them like, oh, Liam, thanks. 997, 3 more to go. Talking about 3 more to go, 3 more memberships to go as well. 1, 4, 7. Subs first or members first? What do you reckon, Luce?
Subs.
999 subs. No more members. 990 subs. No more members. I'm watching. 999 subs. No, I'm just flicking between windows there. Why don't I just open this one over here? That makes much more sense. Refresh. No more members. Drop dead Dave with the 5 gifted. You were wrong, Luce. Dave proved you wrong. Thank you, Drop Dead Dave, for the 5 gifted. Thank you, Sardukar, for the 10 gifted. And at the same time, Command Face hits 1,000 subscribers. 50 subs in a night. Hopefully he'll wake up to that in the morning. You people are amazing. Sardukar, thank you so much for the 10 as well at the end there.
That right there is the warm fuzzies.
Mordy Hammer, thank you for the 1. It is warm fuzzies. I like
Warm
helping
fuzzies.
these. Like he genuinely reached out to me and he was like, recently started a channel. I just want some hints and tips, like just to help it grow. Anything I can be doing, anything that I'm doing wrong. The editing's lovely. Probably better. It's much better than our editing, quite frankly.
Oh.
But I mean, the guy edits for a living.
Oh,
His
okay.
editing's really, really nice.
That's
really
cheating.
nice. I mean, no, it's not. It's using a skill set and then applying it to a passion, which I think is incredible. I had to learn on mine myself. He's able to apply it, which is brilliant. I think the editing's really nice. I think the child looks really, really nice. I'm a fan, and he's a nice guy. And he's up the road in Reading, so I just thought about it then. If we're not going to raid a live channel, let's go find someone who, like the Twitch thing, the first Twitch raid we ever did gave me such a warm, fuzzy feeling.
That was so nice.
I'm like, let's help out more small channels. So one thing I want you to do, chat, right? Just before we go, so I'm going to update the tracker now. You people went a bit nuts then. Thank you so much for that, you wonderful, beautiful human beings. It's telling me now I'm at 163 of the finest members, so thank you. But one final thing from me that I'm going to ask you to do. Graham's Workshop, welcome to Scold. What a name. No, hang on. Graham's Wonky Shop. Brilliant. Love it. Thank you so much for becoming a Scold tier member. So one thing I'm going to ask you to do from now on Wednesdays and Fridays specifically, right? On Wednesdays and Fridays specifically, there's 220 people there, or here right now. Most of you are the core of our audience. Get yourselves a little list, maybe on your phone or whatever, I don't mind. What's the Twitch channel? !Twitch. And then what I want you to do on Wednesdays and Fridays is come with your little list of people, little channels that you like. Everyone out there, I guarantee, has probably got a couple of little channels that they like. And then if I don't have a smaller channel that we can raid, you give me the channel, and at the end of the stream, we'll do what we've just done to shut the stream down.
Okay.
A little bit of positive feeling at the end of every stream.
Yeah.
I quite like it. I think that's a new thing we can try and do.
For those of us who aren't going to bed yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are going to go to bed any minute because I'm fucking hanging out my ass.
Yeah, I think we're not very well, babe. I think we're coming down or something.
I cannot get sick right now.
I keep smelling gas.
I cannot get sick right now. You are by the dog's ass.
I'm shivering and then not shivering.
I can get sick on Tuesday. I cannot get sick right now.
I think it's now. It's already happening.
Cannot get sick right now. Right. You people have been absolutely incredible. So just do that for me. Get your little list of little channels that you might want us to go and you might want us to go and raid in the future. I think that'd be a really nice little positive way of ending streams in 2024. Let's see how long we can keep doing it before we run out of little channels to help.
Yeah.
I'd love that. It'd be really cool. Anything you want to say, Luce, before we go?
No.
You people have been absolutely incredible. Like I said, Twitch, there will be a stream on Sunday on Twitch where we're just going to put sand on model bases and chat bollocks as normal before I drive up to Nottingham. I am with the painting phase on Monday, but I intend to be back here in time to do another Twitch stream in the evening for more hobbying, but we'll see. It depends what time I get back from Nottingham. Tuesday, we're back with a live game of 40k. There's a bonus Liam and Joe show on Tuesday, where we may or may not have big boxes that cost 2 different prices each that have blue decoration on them. We're talking about that on Tuesday. We were going to do it on tomorrow, but we didn't actually get the stuff until the 22nd of December, and Joe was already on holiday at that point. So that'll be Tuesday. Bonus Liam and Joe show Tuesday. Tuesday night, live game of 40k. Hopefully Eddie will be back. Wednesday, the 40k show. Thursday, more Liam and Joe show, and Adam comes from Beachhead for Thursday night's game. And then next Friday, back here for the end of the week, and another 40k. How much content did we put out? It's unbelievable. Thank you so much for watching us, you wonderful, beautiful people. If you haven't already, smash that like button for us, and we'll see you in the next one.